This egg, made completely from gold and decorated with sapphires and diamonds, is truly stunning. But the story behind it is just as incredible. Few objects in the world are as romantic and mysterious as the Imperial Faberge Easter eggs. These Faberge eggs are some of the most famous symbols of royal luxury. Jewels so rare and carefully made that each one seems to carry its own legend. They were created by a master jeweler named Peter Karl Faberge for the Russian royal family between 1885 and 1917. These beautiful objects remind people of a world long gone, full of wealth, secrets, and royal traditions. Only 50 of these Imperial Easter eggs were ever made. Most of them are now safe in museums or private collections, but a few of them disappeared during the chaos of the Russian Revolution. For years, people have been fascinated by these missing eggs. They've inspired treasure hunts, rumors, and even fake copies. But in one of the most surprising discoveries in the art world, one of these lost masterpieces, the third Imperial egg, was finally found. And it didn't turn up in a museum or fancy auction. Instead, it was found in an ordinary kitchen in the American Midwest. The man who had the egg was very humble and modest. He brought a collection of photographs to an expert, showing what looked like one of the most beautiful pieces of gold craftsmanship ever made. The third Imperial Faberge egg was first given by Tsar Alexander III to his wife, Empress Maria Feodorovna, in 1887. Like all Faberge eggs, it was created in secret and designed not just as a fancy gift, but as a very personal and emotional keepsake. This particular egg was a little more than 3 inches tall and rested on an elegant gold stand with feet shaped like lion paws. It was decorated with 3 sapphire cabochons and gold garlands. A diamond worked as the egg's opening mechanism. Inside, there was a small watch made by Vacheron Constantin, with a gold case, diamond hands, and a hinge. Every part of the egg was carefully crafted and made with love and skill. After the Russian Revolution in 1917, the Romanov family's riches were taken away. The new Soviet government began selling the royal treasures to bring in money from other countries. By 1922, the third Imperial egg had disappeared. It had been listed for sale at one point, but no one knew exactly what happened to it after that. It became one of 8 missing Faberge Imperial eggs, lost to history. For years, fans, historians, and collectors of Fabergé's work wondered what had happened to this egg. Then, in 2011, researchers at Faberge made a breakthrough. They found a photo of the egg in a 1964 auction catalogue and published articles to spread the news and restart the search. The Daily Telegraph wrote an exciting article that helped bring attention back to the egg and the mystery behind it. Still, no one could have predicted where the egg would finally appear. Once a jewel for Russian royalty, the egg had traveled far and gone through strange twists of fate. From the grand palaces of Russia to a small town in America, the egg's journey crossed both time and history, empires and revolutions, until it was finally rediscovered, against all odds. This egg's survival, even though it was hidden away for years, is an amazing story on its own. From being forgotten in a junk drawer to being displayed in a jewel box, its journey feels like something out of a fairy tale. Finding a Faberge egg isn't just a once-in-a-lifetime event. It's something so rare that it might only happen once in 1,000 lifetimes. Yet, one man actually found one. The man who discovered the egg had no idea how valuable it was. He lived in the Midwest of the United States and made a living by buying items from estate sales and flea markets, then selling them for a profit. At one sale, he bought a small gold object for $14,000, a high price, but he thought he could make money by melting it down for the gold. He hoped to earn about $500 from the scrap value. But when he took it to scrap metal dealers, none of them would pay what he wanted. Feeling disappointed, he left the item sitting in his kitchen, thinking he had made a bad investment. Then one night, either out of boredom or curiosity, he searched the name Vacheron Constantin online. He had seen the name engraved on the tiny watch inside the object. That one simple Google search changed everything. The search led him to a newspaper article about the global hunt for the third Imperial Faberge egg. As he read, he realized the golden trinket in his kitchen might actually be the rare, missing treasure people had been searching for. Excited and likely shocked, He contacted a Faberge expert named Kieran McCarthy and sent him photos of the egg. McCarthy was interested but cautious. When the man flew to London to meet him, he wore jeans and a flannel shirt and was visibly nervous. McCarthy noticed how dry his mouth was from fear. But once McCarthy saw the photos, he had no doubts. It was real, the legendary lost egg. Soon after, McCarthy visited the man's home in the US to see the egg in person. The discovery was confirmed. The long-lost 1887 Easter egg had been sitting quietly in a regular home, almost melted down for gold. With the egg authenticated, it was briefly put on display at Wartski Jewelers in London. This was only the second time in history the egg had been shown in public. The first was in 1902 in St. Petersburg, as part of the Russian royal family's collection. Even though the egg is just 3.2 inches tall, crowds gathered to see what was being called one of the most important rediscoveries in the world of antiques. The man who found it stayed anonymous at first, but news of his lucky discovery spread fast. Experts estimated the egg's value at $33 million. People were amazed, not just by the price, but by the whole story. That such a rare and beautiful object could go unnoticed in an ordinary kitchen for so long seemed almost impossible. The egg's small size made it look simple at first, but everything about it, from the perfect sapphires to the hidden Vacheron Constantin watch, was a sign of incredible craftsmanship. McCarthy explained that Russian royalty was so used to luxury that only the most creative and surprising works of art could impress them. This egg, with its hidden surprise, was made to meet that high standard. And that's why the rediscovery was so meaningful. It wasn't just about money or history, it was about finding something beautiful, made simply because someone believed in creating beauty. Out of the original 50 Imperial Faberge eggs, 42 are now in museums or private collections. That means 8 are still missing. Some might have been sold after the Russian Revolution at extremely low prices. Others may have been destroyed in wars or lost to time. There are mentions of 2 more eggs in old auction listings or estate records, which suggests they might still exist. The other 5, sadly, may be gone forever, with no trace left. Still, every time one is found, like the 3rd Imperial egg, it gives people hope that more could still be out there. Not every discovery is real, like in 2022, when an object thought to be a Faberge egg was found on a seized yacht belonging to a Russian billionaire. It turned out to be fake. But even false leads keep collectors and historians searching. The idea that one of these priceless eggs could be sitting in someone's attic or drawer keeps the mystery alive. Now it's your turn. Do you think the rest of the missing Faberge eggs will ever be found? Let us know in the comments below.